What's up, y'all? Baby girl. Ooh, y'all didn't expect me to do that. I haven't done baby girl, baby boy in years. I don't know why I just said that. I'm drinking Red Bull and it feels like Adderall. It's been a long pod day. Today is the last episode of the day. But if you listen to this on iTunes, iHeart, wherever you get your podcast, you are listening to the Let's Try This Again podcast. If it's a Monday, that means it just dropped. If it's a Tuesday, that means a YouTube just dropped. So go look at the visual. Yeah, I got all this energy. Solo episodes, I be having so much energy because I got nobody to interrupt me and I got nobody to talk over. And I just be going and going and going and going and going. What it look like there? What is it look like there? Yeah. What's that from? Bet you don't know. I bet y'all do know, but I ain't gonna tell y'all. Yeah. So, welcome back to another episode of the Let's Try This Again podcast with your host, me, the beautiful, the talented, the entertaining, the funny, the deep, the fly, B.Simone. Ding. My name is Braylon Simone, if y'all didn't know. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. Oh my gosh, by the way, Dallas, Texas, y'all better get ready. So I am on a comedy tour. If y'all don't know, the Still Standing comedy tour is happening right now, right? But Dallas, Texas is my hometown, born and raised. A lot of people think I'm from Columbus. No. It ain't no O-H-I-O over here. No, baby. I am from Dallas, Texas, okay? Dallas, Texas. Did I live in Columbus? Yes. Did I go to Gahanna? Yes. The Gahanna Lions. But I graduated from Skyline. Okay, born and raised in Dallas. I moved to Columbus, Ohio when I was like in 6th grade. So from 6th grade to 11th grade, I was in Columbus, Ohio. Then my senior year, I was like, I want to be happy. I am not happy here. I am going to Dallas, Texas. So I ran off to Dallas and I ended my senior year back in Dallas where I was from. And I graduated from Skyline, y'all, 08. Is that old? Do I sound old? I'm 34. I know some of y'all thought I was 19. Flips hair, flips fade. I'm 34. I know y'all thought I was 19. I know you thought I was 21. They're like, we thought that because you're childish. Not because I'm not childish. I'm childlike. I have a childlike spirit. I be asking God to restore my youth. Okay? I'm going to look young. I'm going to look young now. That's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to moisturize. So I'm 34. And I graduated from Skyline '08. The Skyline? What are we? The Raiders? Skyline Raiders. But I said all that to say, I will be in Dallas, Texas, June 13th, you guys. Doing a show at the Majestic Theater. I am so freaking excited because, once again, this is the Still Standing comedy tour. I'm on tour doing comedy. I'm a stand-up comic, if you don't know. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 6 years, and it has been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done because it is challenging for me. It challenges me. It makes me have to grow my gift of comedy. Stand-up comedy is so different than just having a personality outside of the camera or outside of the stage or making people laugh on the internet. So I've been doing stand-up for 6 years and I'm on my tour, the Still Standing Comedy Tour. Oh my gosh, you guys. And why Dallas is so important to me is not only because it's my hometown. Yeah, Pleasant Grove stand-up, 214-972-469. Bruton in St. Augustine. Yeah, what's up? Y'all thought I wasn't really from Dallas. Bruton Bazaar. I used to go to that bazaar and get my grills, baby. Them tight, cheap grills. I used to bite down on that thing in that bazaar in the back of somebody's truck. They were selling grills out that parking lot. And I let them put that thing in my mouth and I bit down on it and bought a grill. That grill had to be, it could have been no more than $99.99. Because I know back then I couldn't afford it. I had a 6-piece gold grill, walking around breath smelling like a bag of pennies. Nickel mouth. But I had my grill. I went to Bruton Bazaar, Big T Bazaar. What's up? Oak Cliff. That's my hood. Good in this face. Get this understood. Yeah. What you want? Tell you I got, yeah, Oak Cliff. That's my hood. But I'm from Pleasant Grove. Grove side, the best side. What's up? Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying Dallas, Texas. I will be there June 13th. And it's important to me because I'm from Dallas. I will be at the Majestic next week. And this show is so major. Why? Because the beginning of the show will be stand-up comedy. It is the Still Standing comedy tour. The first 40 minutes will be comedy. I have my host, Brandon, that's my brother. I have my feature, Jay Anderson, who will be doing comedy. I'll be doing stand-up comedy, but the second half of the show, the last hour and 15 minutes of the show will be a little teaser of LTTA. Let's try this again live. We're going to live podcast on June 13th at the Majestic. This will be the first time we're doing this. I'm super, 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 super excited. And this will be a little teaser of what the podcast tour is going to feel like. It's going to be like. I have surprise guests. Matter of fact, if you don't even live in Dallas, I suggest you drive, fly, take a bird, take a plane. But pull on up because we're making history. It's going to be the first live show, which is a little teaser of the Let's Try This Again podcast. So I'm really, really excited. Y'all, when I went to Skyline, I'm not going to lie, baby, I moved from Columbus, Ohio to Dallas, Texas and had my senior year in Dallas, right? Boom. Columbus, I was in the outskirts. See, my dad grew up in Columbus school system. He didn't want me in Columbus school system, so he sent me to a white school. We was in Gahanna. And I know y'all think them white schools be better. They don't be. Okay? Them white kids be bad as hell, disrespectful to their parents. I will never forget. Her name was Jessie. I'm not going to say her last name, but I remember the Jessie girl. I will never forget. I was at her house. And we was upstairs, and her mom told her to do something. She used to give me all her hand-me-down clothes. Aeropostale, Hollister. I was like, Jessie got money. If you shopping at Aeropostale, you got limited too. Jessie, can I please wear your shirt? I will never forget. I was at Jessie's house and she was upstairs and her mom told her to do something and she slammed the door and she said, Mom, you can go suck Dad's dick. I said, oh my God, we have got to get the fuck out of here. You're about to get your ass beat. And guess what? She never did. She never got beat. She never got yelled at. Her mother opened that door and said, Jessie, don't you talk to me like that. And that is when I knew. That is when I knew there was a cultural shift. There was a cultural difference between niggas and Caucasians. So I went to school with the Caucasians and they were just as crazy as niggas. It was just a different type of crazy. So that's what I experienced. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, growing up with these white folks, wearing Hollister, right? But I was a chameleon. I was still my full authentic self, but I was around white people. I was around the guys. I was on the dance team. It was a white school though. Fast forward to me moving to Dallas, Texas. Not Mesquite, not Irving, not the outskirts. I moved right back into the hood with my grandmother, Shirley Mae Douglas. I love you, Shirley. I know you're not watching this because you don't know a thing about YouTube. I know you're not watching this, but Shirley, I love you. You raised me the best you could. I love you so much, sweetie. I'm going to see you in Dallas, June 13th. I got to pull up on Granny. She's still in the Grove. You know, them old people don't want to move. They be stuck in their ways. I'll be like, I could get you a house somewhere safe. Do you not want to not hear those gunshots every night? She's like, baby, this is fine. I said, well, okay. This house is covered under the blood, but she is still in the middle of that Pleasant Grove hood. So I went from Hollister, Aeropostale, Jessie, Kyle. I had a crush on a boy named Kyle, blonde hair, blue eyes. Ooh, I love them white boys. That's all I was around. I'll never forget Valentino. I don't know what nationality he was, but he had dark hair. Oh, I had a crush on Valentino. All them boys. White boys, okay? Then you moved me out of that environment. All them white folks, and you put me back into the hood of Dallas, Texas. Okay? Now I'm back at Skyline. I go back, I go to Skyline. So I've been gone since 6th grade. I'm the new girl at school. First day of school. First day. I'm walking into the school through a metal detector. Now something triggered in my mind. Why do we have metal detectors? That means somebody's bringing in metal. Somebody is bringing in weapons. We got metal detectors in high school. That means you got to be checked. They patting people down for guns, razors. I said, oh my God, the first day of school, I'm walking through a metal detector, Pleasant Grove. I was so frightened, scared. But then I'm walking through the school, I'm smiling, saying hi to people looking me up and down. I had no friends. First day of school. It's a true story. You can ask her. Go ahead and DM her, Candace McCain. I fell down the steps, which led to the foyer. It wasn't a foyer, it was the lobby, the lunchroom. But everybody was down there. It felt like a foyer. I think that's what it's called, a foyer. Whatever. I rolled down those stairs because let me tell y'all something about Skyline. Skyline was a high school where it was a fashion show. We wasn't there to get our education. We was there to look good, to walk in stilettos, pumps in the club. That was Skyline's theme song. When you go to Skyline, you got to dress up. Heels on, you got on heels, you got on eyeshadow, but you got an F. You so worried about the way you look. What is in that mind? You are failing every class but art. You need to get your priorities straight. Miss Skyline Prom Queen, you are failing. You about to be prom queen 3 years in a row because you're not graduating. Okay? That was Skyline, right? The first day of school, I walk through metal detectors. I'm scared as hell. I'm in the hood. It's niggas everywhere. Now, I love black people. I do. But I wasn't used to that. Coming from Gahanna, now you dropped me in the middle of the hood of Dallas, Texas, first day of school, senior year, by myself. I made friends quick. Of course, my personality, you know I'm cute. Yeah, niggas was on me. Yeah, okay. I was still a virgin back then. I was scared. But I made friends. The first day of school, my first friend was Candace. Still my girl to this day. I never forget. It had to be 2007 because I graduated 2008. 2007. I'm walking down the steps, and it's all these niggas. Just a sea of black folk. Maybe one white person and a few Latinas. Hispanics. You know Texas got all them Hispanics. I knew Spanish for about 3 months. Baby, I'm walking down them stairs. And y'all remember that video? We have to find it. Y'all gonna remember this video. Scarlett Takes a Tumble. It was a video that went viral when that girl got up on that table and she tumbled down. Scarlett Takes a Tumble. We gotta find that video. I'm pull it up. That was me walking down them steps on the first day of school at Skyline. I rolled down them steps. It felt like I was rolling for 3 days. That's what it felt like. But it had to be at least maybe 2 steps. Okay? It was 2 or 3 steps. But when I rolled and got up, Candace was right there to pick me up. And she said, "You want to be my friend?" I said, "Please, please, you are the only person that is making me feel safe here." And it was history ever since. Candace was popular now. Everybody knew Candace. She was on the dance team. She was doing class president, I was cheating off her homework at this point. But that was my experience going from Gahanna to Scotland. Columbus to Dallas. And I just wanted y'all to know the history of why me coming back to Dallas next week at the Majestic Theater on June 13th is so important. So I'll see y'all there. That's my little story time. Ooh, y'all. Man, niggas be scary when you're not used to that environment sometimes. I was scary. I ain't never been in no fight. People was fighting that Skyline and stuff. I was like, when you can't fight, you got to be nice. You are so pretty. I love your hair. I love your outfit. You are just beautiful, ma'am. Do you want to be my friend? Please don't hit me. I didn't do nothing to you. I am so sorry your nigga tried to talk to me. You need to check your nigga. Please leave me alone. But on this episode, y'all sent in questions. We're going to do some Q&A. Y'all ask me some questions and I'm going to answer them. We're going to have some fun. And some of them were funny. Some of them were deep. Some of them were, I was like, I'm not answering that. Y'all asking me a lot of weird shit. But excuse my language. I'm working on my language. A lot of weird stuff. So yeah, let's get into the Q&A. And what's the first question? What is the worst date I have ever been on? Okay. Back to Dallas. I will never forget this dude. His name was Trey. Y'all remember the song? Clean on the inside, cream on the inside. Clean on the outside, cream on the inside. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, paint job. His name was Trey. His name was Trey. I met him on the highway. On that highway. What is that highway with the Cyan exit? Is it 635? It got to be the highway. I was in my car, and I would never forget. Trey was on the side of me. Oh, I remember that boy Trey. He was so ghetto, and I liked him so much. Trey was on the side of me, and I was giving him my number, like 214. Through the window. We was both driving on the highway. He was driving. I was like, gave him my number. He hit me up. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, I'm going to come pick you up. First of all, I should never let this nigga know where my granny lived, where I lived, but I did. Okay? Remember, we in the hood now. Trey had that candy paint. He had them big rims, hydraulics, just the whole day. It's like, you can turn it off. we TikToking in this car. Trey picked me up as soon as I got in the car. And mind you, I'm telling y'all, I am not a ride or die. I am not riding and I'm not dying. I'm scary. If they come knocking, I'm telling on you. I'm making it very clear, sir. Don't do nothing illegal around me because I'm a tell it. I'm a tell it. I'm a snitch. So I had to be, I wonder if I was still in high school. Maybe I was probably 19 or 20. I probably was graduated by then, doing hair, graduated from cosmetology school. I could have probably still been in cosmetology school, but I was young. Either way, we talking 19, 20. Excuse me. Trey picked me up. Soon as I get in the car, I see hella weed and guns. See, this goes back to ignoring your intuition, people pleasing, not setting boundaries, and not wanting to ruffle any feathers. Bitch, you shouldn't have got in the car and drove off with that man when you saw that. That's what you shouldn't have did. You shouldn't have did that. You should have got out the car and said, this is not going to work for me. First of all, it was hard for me to even get in the car because the car was 6 feet off the ground. Them big ass rims. I get in the car with Trey. Trey is so country and so ghetto. I could barely understand what he's saying this whole time. Okay? So he just talking, yeah, baby girl, da, 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 da. Trey, slow down, sir. I'm already nervous. You said we going out to eat. I don't remember where he was taking me out to eat, but I'm sure it was a little ghetto place. We driving. He said he had to make a stop. Okay. I'm in the passenger seat. Now I've already committed to going on this ride. My seatbelt is on. I am not trying to touch nothing. I don't want no evidence. I don't want to be no suspect when they come knocking. Don't touch nothing. Okay? Now, we in the car. He driving. He said he got to make a stop. We are driving for at least, it had to be 20 minutes. And you know, who I was at this time, I didn't want to ask no questions, didn't want to ruffle no feathers. But eventually I said, where are we going? He said, I got to drop some stuff off at my homeboy house. Okay. We pull up. I realized his homeboy house is the trap house. That's what I realized. Because soon as we pull up, it's a silver gate. You know them gate, not no gated community, no. Not no gated community, not no code, not no wooden white gate, the white picket fence. No, it's a silver gate. Look like barbed wire? Yeah, one of those silver gates in the hood. Behind that gate, we have 65,000 pit bulls. I said, Trey, please. Where are we at? By this time, it's getting dark. We pull up to this dude's house. He takes all the weed, takes the guns into this house, and I'm sitting in this car panicking. Y'all, I'm telling you, I did probably not know it at that time. That was the Holy Spirit. That was my intuition. That was God. Everything in my body. Sarah Jake's got a sermon on this. It's going to show up in your body. My body was so uncomfortable, but I was ignoring it the whole time. I was childish. I was young. I was really riding around with a drug dealer. God really spared my life because I could have been shot up. I could have been all them scenarios I was in. After that, mind you, at this point, he was in that house maybe for 20 minutes. I'm scared the whole time. If the police pull up, if a crazy girl pull up, if another car pull up, a nigga pull up, I know Trey got ops. I know he got ops. I know he got enemies because he doing illegal shit. And people that do illegal shit always fuck people over. So I'm hoping the op don't come while I'm in the... So Trey finally come out. 20 minutes later, I done been sitting outside. What he told me was we was going on a date. We were supposed to go eat. We were supposed to go have fun. We were supposed to go on a date. He comes outside 20 minutes later. I have an attitude now. And eventually the anxiety gets overwhelming and I say, I just want to go home. Now he's mad. And that's the worst part now. Ruffling these niggas' feathers, making a hood nigga mad, especially a nigga you don't know. I was scared. He gets mad. We driving home. He's speeding home, taking me home, mad that, I don't want to go, whatever. We get pulled over. On the way back to my grandmother's house, they always say you get pulled over within a couple miles of your destination or a couple miles of your house. We're almost to my grandmother's house. We get pulled over. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. The cop comes up to the car. Trey's one of them hood niggas. He don't care about nothing. The attitude, he's mad. I'm nervous because you just dropped off drugs and a gun. Multiple guns, actually. The cop pulls up and the cop has a patch on his eye. Right? The cop has a patch on his eye. Trey is following protocol, license, registration, boom, boom, boom. He's speeding. The cop is kind of cool, whatever. As the cop walks off, Trey want to make a joke talking about, all right, thanks, patches. Please, this is not the time for the jokes. Now, honestly, we got out of that because the cop had a sense of humor and he let us go. Thank God. His license and registration, everything was clean. I don't know if he cleared his record. I don't know nothing about that. When I tell you he dropped me off at my grandmother's house, and that was the last time I had ever seen that man. I haven't even talked. Trey, if you out there, you know who you are. His real name is Trey, too. Trey in Pleasant Grove of Dallas, Texas. You probably in jail. I'm just going to say it. You probably in jail or something. Or either, hopefully, I'm going to rebuke that. Hopefully you gave your life to Christ and changed your life. Because at that point, obviously, our vibrations was on the same thing. I was in a car with your ass. So I grew, I healed, I evolved. Hopefully you did the same, brother. But Trey is out there. So anybody that know Trey that was in Pleasant Grove, that had a candy paint car and was selling drugs, I probably went on a date with him back in 2009. Worst date of my life. Next question. What does forgiveness look like to me? Ooh, wee. That's switching the energy. I forgive you, Trey. And I forgive who Braylon was in that season. Putting yourself in deadly situations. Forgiveness. Well, forgiveness, I think by definition, because I've looked it up so much, is when you no longer feel anger and resentment and bitterness and mad towards a person or a situation. So I do think forgiveness is a feeling. You're no longer triggered by certain things, and a person can no longer make you mad and make you angry and make you resent and bitter. That's when I know when I just don't care, when I have really started to forgive somebody. But it's also an action. You have to truly choose to forgive somebody, which is so difficult because I'm asking myself, like, how do you choose to forgive somebody when my feelings don't match what I want to choose? I want to forgive. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be resentful. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be mad at you. But that's what I feel. How do I choose not to feel? I think the choice comes with what you do with those feelings. So when I'm feeling angry, I have to combat that with, okay, I am angry at this person, but XYZ, I do choose to forgive them. I'm choosing to forgive them. I love them. Even if you don't mean it, even if you don't feel it, combat it with that. I am mad at this person, but you know what? That scenario actually taught me a lot. It actually made me stronger. It actually opened up my eyes, and I combated with the positive of what I'm feeling. And I learned this in therapy is not bad emotions, jealousy, envy, anger. Oh, I don't want to feel that because it's so bad. It's not bad. It just is. It's real. I'm angry at this person. I try not to correlate that with, oh, that's bad. No, it's how I feel in this moment. And I try to change it, my mindset around that feeling with an optimistic thought. So forgiveness looks like to me choosing what you do with the negative feelings in those moments and not just sitting and dwelling and accepting it. And I know I truly have forgiven somebody when I see them or I'm around them or certain situations just don't bother me anymore. Walking in forgiveness and being like, you know what? I actually do love you. I actually do want what's best for you. I actually can pray for you now in this season. So forgiveness is very, very, very hard, but it is possible. When you feel those negative feelings, when you have those negative triggers, don't just sit there. Try to turn those into a positive. So that's what forgiveness looks like for me. I hope I articulated that in a way that makes sense. Because I'm still learning how to forgive and how to choose the abundant mindset over the lack and negative mindset when it comes to forgiveness. Even with forgiving myself, like for certain things I did, like, you were so dumb. Why would you do that? Why would you trust that person? Why would you let that person in your life? Why would you have sex with that guy? Why would you give your body to that guy? Why would you relax? Relax. You wouldn't say that to your friend or your homegirl. I mean, after so many times you might, but certain grace that you would give to your friend, like, girl, it's okay. You made a mistake. Or girl, it's okay. Like, just acknowledge it and move on. Or girl, it's okay. You're still a good person. Say that stuff to yourself. If I wouldn't say it to the younger version of me, I don't need to be saying it to the 34-year-old version of me either. If I wouldn't say it to the 5-year-old Braylon, you're so dumb. Why would you do that? I wouldn't say that to the 5-year-old Braylon. I wouldn't say that to the 12-year-old Braylon. So I'm not going to say it to the 34-year-old Braylon either. So yeah, I hope that helped. What's the moment that inspired me to go sober? I actually had no intent on sobriety. I did not like have it in my heart to be like, I'm going to be sober. I'm going to go on a sobriety journey. I want to stop drinking. I want to stop smoking. Um, I never thought I abused alcohol or weed. I never thought I did anything bad when I was using alcohol or weed. So I didn't feel like I was belligerent or out of my mind or getting drunk all the time or um, abusing it. So I didn't feel like it was bad for me, right? Um, but in that season, God needed me to be sober. Now I know that looking back because of what He wanted me to see without a sober lens over my eyes. He wanted me to be in my sober, clear mind during that season. And I remember the day He told me. It was April 25th, 2023. And I haven't had a drink or smoked a blunt since that day. So yeah, we're celebrating a year sober. A little over a year. It's June now. Over a year of sobriety. And I just remember drinking or about to drink, and everything in me told me not to do it. I had never been convicted about alcohol. Ever, 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 ever. I'd never been convicted like feeling like I was being disobedient when I was drinking. Like I was just ignoring a conviction that was telling me not to do it until that day. I had a conviction and God literally said, be sober. Literally, I remember the feeling. I remember the words in my mind. I remember the knowing of me knowing I shouldn't have drank that. And I was disobedient and did it anyway. And in my disobedience, I remember that night being paranoid. I never was paranoid on alcohol. Ever, ever, ever. I remember like, oh my God, I was disobedient. What if we get in a car accident? Oh my God, I was disobedient. What if if I black out? Oh my God, what if I die? What if I get alcohol poisoning? Anything bad that could come from alcohol, I was thinking about it. And it made me so paranoid because I knew I shouldn't have did it because I knew God told me not to do it. And I ignored the conviction. And the next morning when I woke up, I was fine. Nothing bad happened. I didn't have a hangover. I felt great. And going back to the night before, remembering that I ignored that conviction, I was like, even in the midst of my disobedience, God covered me. There was no car accident. There was no drunk driving scandal. There was no blackout. There was no alcohol poisoning. You didn't throw up, baby. You woke up the next morning and didn't even have a hangover. Even in the midst of my disobedience, He allowed grace and mercy and covered me during my disobedience. I'm like, if He did that during disobedience, imagine what He would do in obedience. Like, and there is a reason why He's telling me to be sober. I didn't know it then. I didn't know it that day, but the conviction was so heavy that I just never drank or smoked again. And now looking back, like I said, I understand why. Because in that season, He didn't want me drinking. He didn't want me running to alcohol. He didn't want me making decisions. with blurred vision. He needed me sober in that season. And I'm so, so, so glad I stopped smoking and stopped drinking because I truly believe it led to a lot of my freedom, a lot of decisions I was making in that season, a lot of relationships I ended in that season, me being sober and making decisions in my sober mind. What is the hardest part about stand-up comedy? I will say the hardest part about stand-up comedy is constantly reinventing my set, saying new things, hoping that it works. Stand up comics are excuse me, trying new jokes and new content, praying that it works. You can think something is funny in the shower. I can think something is funny online. I can think something is funny when I'm saying it and having a conversation with my friends. But when you say it on that stage in front of people, baby, you say the joke and then I walk to the couch. Cricket, cricket, cricket. Like, but that shit was funny in the bathroom. It'd get awkward. Any birthdays, anniversaries, who's single? You try to go to all the jokes that you know that work. Where the white people at? All right. It's like stand up is the hardest thing, but I love it so much because it challenges me. It keeps me uncomfortable and it makes me a better comedian. It makes me more witty. It makes me more creative. It helps me to be innovative and constantly create. I'm going to be putting out a special soon. That's one of my goals. And putting out that special, once it's out to the world, it's like some of those jokes in that special I've been working on for years. It might have been a 30-second joke. And now that joke and that topic is a 3-minute joke now, a 5-minute joke now, or it's a 10-minute bit. Jokes grow. And once you put it out there to the world, it's like, okay, scratch all that's done, work on the next set, work on the next 45 to an hour set. So it's a lot of work that goes into just 40, 45 minutes, 60 minutes of jokes, but it challenges me. And lastly, I love it so, so, so much because every time I get on that stage, I'm doing it scared. I'm doing it nervous. I'm doing it anyway. Even though I'm nervous, even though I'm anxious, even though I have that scared feeling, I do it anyway. And every time I get off the stage, I'm like, I overcame that. I faced a fear. I was brave. I was courageous. And I put it all on the line. And it just helps me grow. It helps me grow. I face fears every time I get on stage and do stand up. I literally face a fear and I feel so brave and accomplished when I finish. How did I maneuver through my breakup with my ex? Was it cold turkey, no contact? Absolutely. And I'm gonna explain that story a little bit because one thing I learned in that relationship, my past relationship, was an RIP to my ex. He actually passed away. That was the first funeral I had been to as an adult um, last year. Um, but I learned so much in that relationship because I think it was God testing me. Well, if you really want this, show me. Right. And I went into that relationship saying, and by no means, my ex was a beautiful person, a beautiful person. I had stuff I needed to work on, so much things. He had stuff he needed to work on. He was a beautiful person. He was one of the most consistent people in my life. He showed up the same every single day. Chris was a beautiful person, but he did cheat on me. And that was one of my non-negotiables. My non-negotiable was, look, I'm going into this. You have kids. I don't care about that. This, I don't care about that. This. If you cheat on me, I will not stay. I do not want to be with somebody I cannot trust. And if you cheat on me, I will not stay and I will not deal with it. And I was very upfront and vocal about that um, when we got into a relationship. And the day I found out, I left and never looked back. I left and never looked back. I found out that he was not faithful and I did try to approach him, have a conversation with him. He denied it, of course. And I told this story before, but he denied it. And I was like, okay. It didn't even matter if he admitted to it. I just wanted to have a conversation about it. But that day showed me how much I choose myself. You guys, if you negotiate, it's not a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable means if this happens, a non-negotiable means if this happens, we cannot negotiate. If this happens, now maybe I can negotiate about kids. Maybe I can negotiate about financial status. Maybe I can negotiate about, okay, where you live. I can do long distance. If you cheating for me, especially in the beginning phases, especially in boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm not talking about married for 10 years with 4 kids and 5 businesses. I don't know what I would do in that situation because I've never been in it, right? But in the beginning phases, in the dating phase, you my boyfriend, and we only been boyfriend, girlfriend for a couple months. Yes, if you cheat on me, I will leave, right? That was a non-negotiable for me. And I had to do it cold turkey and stick by my decision. Why? Because I made that promise to myself. And I also feel like it was a test of, are you really about what you're saying? Is this really a non negotiable? Can you really let go of something that you truly love so much to get something that is more elevated, that you want in a man that you didn't have in this relationship? And I chose to do that. I never looked back. And the day I found out was the last day we spoke. Um, and that was that. Actually, that was the last day we spoke. I never looked back. We never talked about anything. I blocked him on everything. We never had any more communication. And I ran into him at a club maybe a year later. And he walked around shaking everybody's hand. He came to me. And I think he was kind of awkward and kind of nervous. And I hugged him. And I'm so glad I did this. That's why that forgiveness portion is so important. This was the last interaction I had with him. I hugged him and I said, and we hugged and I pulled him back and I said, I forgive you. I forgive you. I love you. I forgive you. That was literally in the club. I hugged him and that was the last interaction we ever had. So I was proud of myself from walking away from that relationship when I needed to, when it was best for me. And I was also proud of myself for forgiving him and loving him. Um, and that being our last interaction. So yeah. What's one thing I wish I started earlier that helped me get closer to God? My praise and worship, my intimacy with God. I wish I had more depth and intimacy and praise and worship and prayer and worship time earlier on. I'm learning the importance of that now because you literally cultivate the presence of God, cultivate the presence of the Holy Spirit. You feel Him, you get answers, you hear Him, you release. It's literally intimacy with God. And I've probably been doing that consistently. And what's crazy is I haven't been doing it lately. And when I say lately, I mean the past month and a half. Um, but prior to that, I've been so consistent with, and I wish I would have started that way earlier in my journey. The importance of it, um, it just changed my relationship with God. It changed my prayer life. It changed me feeling God, hearing God, praise and worship and prayer. I wish I would have had um, more knowledge and understanding of how important that was earlier on. If I was given a box with everything I have lost, what is the first thing I would look for? My virginity. My virginity. Where did it go? Oh, I would never forget that day. His name was Trey, too. Oh, them trays. They get you now, them trays. And it always be an E, not Tray, Trey, be an E. Trey, Trey. Oh my God. I think I spent my last dollar buying that boy some Jordans. I was so, oh my God, I'm soul ties. Ladies, I'm telling you, listen, this is a joke. It's really not my virginity, probably my mind. I would look for my, as many times as I've lost my mind, that's probably what I would look for. But back to the virginity. Y'all, you got to make you a list now. See, I done been through some things. Y'all know I'm still celibate. I talked about how I almost lost my celibacy recently, but I stopped. The Lord helped me now. I stopped. I didn't do it. I'm much stronger than I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right? When I was first going on my journey with God, I made a list of all the men I slept with. And I said, I have to pray these soul ties up off me. Make that list now. And you call them out by name. Now, I'm not ashamed to say, y'all gonna know my story. I don't care. I'm transparent. Some of those names, I only had the nicknames. I didn't even have the government names. I didn't even have the last names. I was like, now Brandon, what was his last name? I remember the Brandon, but I remember little Poop Poop. But what was, I made that list and I prayed every spirit off me. Now, when I got to 20 something, I'm not going to tell y'all what number, but when I got to 20 something, I stopped and I said, anybody else I forgot? Jesus, you know my heart and you going to have to just release it. Because this list is getting too long. Now I'm embarrassed. It was just me and God. And I stopped. I got to 20, I think 25. I said, now this is it. I can't keep thinking. Now, this is all I remember. Okay? Make that list and you call out them names and them spirits, them be soul ties now. Now you wondering why you can't sleep and why you got anxiety and you nervous. Yeah, because Lil Ray Ray, you done slept with Lil Ray Ray and he is on demon time. Yeah, he walking around talking about, yeah, I'm on demon time. Lil Uzi Vert and all these niggas is my favorite artists. Yeah. Now you can't sleep. You got to make that list now. Make that list and call them names out and rebuke them soul ties. That's real. I'm not playing with that for real now. I made my list. But yes, what I would look for my virginity, my mind. Um, that's it. That's what I would go get. That's what I lost. I would go back and get it. I would start back at square one. Cause, all them spirits you got to pray off, that's just too much praying. I'm still getting a little mook mook from 2009 off of my spirit. Okay? Get up off me. Make that list now and pray and then burn that paper and don't think about it again. I'm going to give y'all a little. I'm putting on this lip oil. Now, this is my favorite lip oil. I'm going to put y'all on to it. Y'all probably already know. It's always sold out. The Dior lip oil, this is not promo. And I'm only saying this because B.Simone Beauty ain't out yet. But it's going to come back. B.Simone Beauty is coming. Now, when B.Simone Beauty come back, don't go buy no Dior. Go to B.Simone Beauty. But, okay, next question. The question was, what do I do in the waiting season for my husband because you have lost hope? I've definitely gone through phases and spurts where I am like, am I meant to be a wife? I have those thoughts, right? Maybe I'm not meant to have a husband. Maybe I'm just meant to run this race and be an entrepreneur and just walk in this purpose. And maybe I'm not meant to be. I've definitely had those thoughts. They've been more recent in my recent years. But then I combat that with, you know what? I am actually so happy 25-year-old Braylon wasn't a mom. What? I'm actually ecstatic 30-year-old Braylon wasn't a wife. The older I get, the more work I do, the more healing I do, the more layers I peel off, the more I elevate, the higher I vibrate, the closer I get to God, and the better I get. So don't look at it as a negative. You're going to be a better wife to that man. You're going to be a better mom to those babies. I'm like the mother and the wife that they would have gotten if I was 21, 22, 23, and everybody's journey is different. There's plenty of amazing wives who are young. But I'm saying, as for me, the person I'm becoming and the woman I'm growing into, and me facing myself and doing the healing the best I can, of course I backslide. Of course I have moments where I trip and fall, but I always get up. Let's try this again. I'm so resilient and I try again and I try to be better. Even if I take 2 steps back, I'm taking a foot forward. 1 step back, 6 feet forward. 3 feet back, 12 feet forward. I always go forward more than I go back. So I'm so proud of that. So I want you to look at it with an optimistic mindset. You're going to be the best version of yourself when you become that mom. You're going to be the best version of yourself when you become that wife. That's how I've changed my mindset. And it's got me lit. Like, yeah, that's lit. Like, I'm going to be a better mother to my children. I'm going to be a better wife to my husband. I'm going to be more healed. So I don't have to dump my trauma and my toxicity on them. Will I still have issues? Yes. Will I still be imperfect? Yes. But I will be more elevated and closer to my goal of healing and evolving and becoming better spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. So start those habits now. Become the person you want to attract in this season. That's what I'm trying to do. Self-control and discipline, consistency, procrastination. I'm like, all these things I'm asking for, I want to become that person. So use this season to do that. What happened to Uno, my dog? Oh my gosh, you guys. So I got a Yorkie because I was scared of dogs and I wanted to get over my fear of dogs. So I got Uno. Oh, let's pop up a picture of Uno. I miss my baby. I feel like I put him up for adoption. I have not seen Uno in maybe like a year and a half. I gave him to my cousin and never looked back. But let me tell y'all something. He's so little. He was a Yorkie. He is a Yorkie. Uno's still living now. He's still with my cousin. Uno made me so happy. He helped me get over my fear of dogs. But what I realized was my lifestyle, it wasn't conducive for a dog. It was easy for me. I could travel with him. I could move around with him. I'd be coming in the house. He was pee pad trained. So he wasn't going on 6, 7, 8, 9 walks a day. Like you dog lovers, he would go on like pee pad. And I realized I'm like, he's not happy. So I really get why parents put their kids up for adoption because you want them to have a better life. Because that life with you, I put that baby up for adoption. I gave him to my cousin. I was like, he is really so much happier over there. She got 3 other dogs. He running around with other dogs, living a good puppy life, going on 6 walks a day. With me, I would walk in that house. He'd be ready to go on a walk. Go on that pee pad. We finna take a nap. I am drained, Uno. Go on the balcony, get some fresh air, and come back in this condo. That wasn't fair to him. So I gave Uno away so he could have a better life. And he is with my cousin. And see, now he bad as hell because they ain't got no structure over there. No boundaries. That dog is bad. He had structure with me. Uno knew not to bark. He knew there was no barking in my house. If he start barking, he used to bark like this. Now he just a reckless Yorkie. He ain't got no structure over there. But hey, he's happy. So yeah, I realized that my life wasn't fair to Uno. So I gave my baby up for adoption. He's happier at my cousin's house. He's free and he's living his best doggy life. Do I want to talk about the relationship with my mom? So many people have been asking about that. And I am addressing it because I'm not ready to speak on it. One day I will be, and I know that story is going to be so powerful and it's going to touch so many people. And I'm still healing my mother wound. I'm still healing that. My mom was and is an amazing woman. She's an amazing woman, beautiful woman, God fearing. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman. And I know your mind can wonder with what is the story? Did she abandon you? Was she on drugs? Was she alcoholic? None of that. The story is very different. And I'm not ready to share that. It's not just because I haven't fully healed from that. I want to make sure and I might not ever be fully, fully healed, but I want to heal more. I want to be passing. I want to at least have a C, C plus, B, A with the healing journey with that. But I might not get to 100%, but I want to be higher than I am now and protecting certain people. You know, being a public figure and sharing your side of the story, it's always so many other people involved. And I think about that. I think about protecting people that are involved. I think about protecting people that are in my family. But one day my story will be told, my experience will be told because I know I went through it to help heal and share my testimony with other people. But I'm still working on my relationship with my mom. She is still living. She's a beautiful woman. I do love her and I'm trying to grieve the idea and let go of the idea that I have of what a mom should be and look like and accept and love and honor and build a relationship with the mother I have, not my idea of what I feel like a mother should be like. So I'll get deeper into that one day. Um, yeah, yeah, one day. But that's my answer for now. What would I tell my younger self? My birthday was April 5th. Where's my phone? And I'm actually going to read this and pull it up. Because I put up a post on my birthday and I'm going to read the post I put up on my birthday and the post I put up, which is so crazy. I put this up. I posted my baby picture. This is like my baby picture that is my background on my phone because I just love looking at my baby picture. It reminds me of that little girl. Like I'm doing it for her. I'm doing it because she deserves a better life. She deserves to be loved. She deserves to be healed. She deserves to have a relationship with God. And so I keep that little girl on my phone and I look at my baby pictures and it reminds me to keep going, to be resilient, to try again and all the things. But I wrote this to I wrote this in 2019 when I posted the baby picture of myself. Ding! We're going to have that pop up. But I want to read this because it's still so relevant today. And this is a letter to my younger self in 2019. Then I'm going to read what I wrote on my birthday in 2024. So July 21st, 2019. Baby Braylon, you are going to have a wonderful life. You might not fully understand at this age, but you are so special, baby. Every trial, tribulation, and storm you go through from this point forward will mold you into an amazing woman who will eventually be walking in purpose. You're going to get tired and you're going to want to give up. Don't. Oh, I haven't read this in a minute. This is crazy. I wrote this in 2019. Wow, look how full circle that is. Let's try this again. Resilience. You hear me? Keep going. You might not understand now, but you are a superstar. And God's plan for your life is greater than you can even fathom. Let Him lead you. Trust Him and never lose your childlike spirit as you grow. You are so beautiful. Your dad tells you that every day, but I need you to understand it and believe it forever. Let me tell you a secret. God favors you. You are going to be blessed in so many ways that you won't even understand. It's not for you to understand. Just keep walking and letting God use you. Braylon, 20 years from now, you'll have a lot on your plate, but be a leader and make your family proud. You'll be on a platform that only some can handle. You're a trendsetter. Want to hear something random and funny? By 2019, you'll have everyone talking like you all around the world. It's something you invented called the B.Simone tone. Baby girl, it's something you made up. A lot of girls will look up to you. Don't let them down. God chose you, so do not conform to what the world wants you to be, but what God has called you to be. Oh my God. Spread your light and help others find theirs. Look, I'm crying as I speak to you, and I'm so proud of you because you're going to change the world. I love you, your 29-year-old self. Oh my God, I haven't read that in a while. So I wrote that to myself in 2019. And now I'm going to read what I wrote for my birthday, which was April 5th, 2024. Braylon, today is your birthday and you couldn't be more grateful for another year. Everything I do is for this little girl right here. Fighting through the trauma and healing, all the pain has been worth every tear. She deserves it. She deserves to live an abundant, happy, fulfilled life. I love you, Braylon, so much. And I wish I could just hug this little girl so tight and tell her how loved she is, how beautiful she is, and how proud I am of her. I am so proud of the woman I am becoming. And I am excited to keep growing. This past year was honestly the best year of my life thus far. I realized who I was and I gained so much self-love. I used to think that being passive and nice was the godly thing to do. But Jesus wasn't passive. He was assertive. He was bold and confident. He stood up for what was right and he spoke his mind. That's the woman I'm going to be in these years to come. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to walk away from people who abuse me and take advantage of my heart. I'm going to put certain people in a box because everyone doesn't deserve full access to me. I'm going to keep my chest out and my head up and walk graciously through life like I have been. I'm going to continue to be resilient and never give up on myself and my dreams. If you met me before this year, allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm a totally different woman, and I couldn't be more proud of my growth. True healing is being honest with your flaws, being honest with God, and being honest about your trauma. I have done exactly that, and it has allowed me to see who I truly am. I have a lot to heal and unlearn, but I am a child of God. I am bold. I am brave. I am healed. I am set free. I am favored. I am strong. I am resilient. I am Braylon Simone Greenfield, and I am chosen. I thank you, Jesus, for another year. God, I'm going to hold your hand the whole way and let you lead me. I never want to do life without you, and I never will. Happy birthday, baby B. Wow. And I'm going through these pictures. I'm going to have them pop up. I'm just like literally crying. I'm going to end on that, y'all, because that was deep. But looking at like these baby pictures of me gets me so emotional because I just be wondering, what was this little girl thinking? Like in this picture, was she okay? Was she scared? Did she feel protected? Did she feel loved? Was she smiling to hide pain? Was she smiling to hide her anxiety? I just be looking at these pictures of myself like, this is who I do it for. This girl, she deserves to heal. She deserves to be happy. She deserves to feel love that she didn't feel in this moment. My childhood was rough, guys, and I don't talk a lot about it because I am protecting a lot of people that were involved, you know? But ooh, these baby pictures get me emotional. And I look at this little girl every day and I do it for her. So I'm constantly healing the 5-year-old me, the 7-year-old me, the 8-year-old me, the 15-year-old me, the 19-year-old me. And I challenge you women to do that. Look at your baby pictures. Write a picture to write a letter to your younger self and do it for her. That little girl deserves it. Do it for her because she's still inside of all of us until we heal it. The 12-year-old Braylon comes out sometimes. The anxious Braylon, the Braylon that doesn't feel good enough, the Braylon that's nervous, the Braylon that wants everybody to like her, which was birthed at 12 years old, but is still manifesting at 34. We have to heal those versions of ourselves and we have to not reject those versions of ourselves because at one point, that's who we were. So, man, I challenge you guys to do that. I love you guys so much. I love myself so much. Braylon Simone Greenfield. Braylon Simone Greenfield. Braylon Simone Greenfield. I love you so much. I'm going to look at myself because I can see my reflection in this. I will never give up on you. I will never silence you. I will never walk away from you. I will never, ever, ever give up on you. I love you so much. I am going to continue to heal your wounds. I'm going to continue to walk in purpose with you. I'm going to continue to chase God. And I love you so much right now at 34. I'm going to look back at this and this is going to be my virtual diary. I'm going to look back at this in a couple of years and be like, you really did that shit, B. I love you, Braylon, and thank you guys for watching another episode of the Let's Try This Again podcast. I am Braylon Simone Greenfield, better yet known as AKA B.Simone. Thank you guys. I love you so much, and I will see you next week on the Let's Try This Again podcast. Be resilient, baby. Never give up, and love yourself. Mwah! Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Let's Try This Again podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast. Until next time, stay resilient and remember, I love you guys.